Yeah, so for the generator guy, we just have to wait for the prosecution team to actually produce the evidence that link him to the real situation. Other than that, we're just going to make our guesses. But I feel like the generator guy should just be... Okay, I'm not supposed to call for that, but I feel like this guy is not a threat to South Sudan. They should just let him go.
Because, it's possible the government knew that. Maybe it's possible that Machar and his team knew that if they were to pass information, there's never going to be a way that they would do that without being intercepted by the government. So they probably used the least expected individual or sources. Yeah. So it's possible that he was involved in one way or another.
Okay.
It's also such a blanket statement to make that the vice president is not supposed to be prosecuted. He's immune. Does it mean you can just hang your wife and then
and nobody comes after you?
Nobody comes after you because you are the vice president of the country?
Welcome to Jimosi podcast. So in studio is a friend of the show. Tell us your name, friend.
Hi everyone. My name is Akwei, and I am not an expert. I'm just
a regular South Sudanese.
Yeah, I'm just giving my opinion.
Okay.
Don't crucify me. This is an opinion, and don't sue me for anything that I say here.
All right.
Because as I said, it's an opinion.
Okay. Yeah. So these are all opinion. You, the audience, you can always say your opinion, right? So we don't have the gospel truth. Yeah. So as of Monday of this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, those 3 days, the trial of Dr. Riek Machar was ongoing. The Riek Machar and the 7 co-accused. Yeah. And this was regarding the Nasir incident, which happened in March of 2025. That's when he was detained with these other people. And the case itself was adjourned on Wednesday, and then they said that will resume on Monday, which is tomorrow, September 29, 2025. And the judges needed to have time to look at the submission from the two teams, the prosecution team and the defense team. Yeah. But as South Sudanese, we always have something to say, right? So in the meantime, a lot of people have been saying that this thing has nothing to do with the Nasir incident. It is a pure political motivated trial. And so my question is, do you actually agree with these people that this is politically motivated and has nothing to do with what the government claimed to be? And
in my opinion, I would say yes and no. Yes, because it's looking at it from a cynical perspective. If I'm being a cynic, I would say, you know what, this is the easiest way that they can get rid of this guy from the political arena. They can just say, you know what, they can convict him, whether rightly or wrongly. They can say, you know what, this guy cannot run for election again. Okay, they will just use this as an excuse to stop him from running for election, or just do something that could hinder him, or maybe throw him in jail for the next 5-10 years because of this. Or I don't know what the law says in South Sudan. They call it treason.
Yeah, treason.
Okay, what that's one of the charges against him, right? Okay, so maybe they might say if they find him guilty of treason, that they might use that as an excuse to kill him legally instead of having to lynch him behind closed doors or something like that. So in that perspective, I would say it's political motivated. But on the other hand, I would say no, maybe there's a legitimate crime that he's guilty of, or that he's going to be found guilty of, that has nothing to do with the politics. It's possible that he has actually broken the law, and he's being held accountable for his actions. So I don't think whether you're a vice president or you're the president or whoever you are, you should be able to be held accountable. So now I'm gonna keep I'm gonna reserve my whatever I would want to say about this case, because I haven't seen any proper explanation of the prosecution side, why they think this guy should be prosecuted.
Some of the evidence that shows.
I've seen some bad things have happened that is believed by people that are supposed to be loyal to him, right?
Yeah.
But as of now, I cannot tie all those actions, I cannot tie them to him, because the country is so fractured. There's so many factions fighting everywhere. It's hard to know if indeed he was the one that was directing the execution of people like General Major, for example, right? Or the killing of almost an entire division.
Worker. Yeah.
Almost the destruction of an entire division of the army in Nasir.
Yeah, they say roughly 250 soldiers were killed in that incident. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, that's so I still have to, the prosecution has to present their case properly for me to be able to say, oh, you know what, he's guilty of those things, and he should be that it's not a politically motivated.
Yeah, so I will agree with you on the fact that nobody can really actually determine right now if it is politically motivated or not. Because other than the prosecution team said we are charging him for murder, treason, and that kind of thing, the supporting evidence has not been provided to everybody. So we don't really know that one. But again, when I look at it from my perspective or from my point of view, I will say this is not politically motivated. And the reason why I say that is because in 2018, when they signed peace agreement, they all came to Juba. Machar came to Juba. And they had from 2018 until 2025, this is when he was arrested. So there were over 7 years from 2018 to 2025 January, let's say 2025 January. If they actually wanted to target him for political reason, they would have started in 2019, in 2020, in 2021, 22 until 2024. Why did they have to wait until 2025? So for that reason, I will rule out the political motivation as a factor in that. And then also look, there are some cases that have been happening of SPLM-IO or the Thomas Chirilo forces fighting with the government from time to time. Even when small things like changing of governor, there's a governor from Western Equatoria that was from, because that state was given to SPLM-IO. So when this guy was changed and replaced by the SPLM person, there was a fight in that town, Maridi, or was it Tambra? So there was a fight in that town between the SPLM-IO and the SSPDF, which are for the government. Machar was not arrested and said you are behind that. So you see, and there are so many fights that have been happening and Machar has not been arrested. So that simply means this one was not politically motivated. We can give some room to wait for the prosecution team to come with the evidence and tell us what actually Machar did. But it might be true. Why did they settle on the Nasir incident? It is because the general died, or is it because of the number of casualties that actually came out of that fight that they chose to settle on this guy?
I also agree. There's a possibility that it's not politically motivated because after signing of the peace, that led to return of
Machar and his
most of
team.
the political section of the SPLM-IO. After the signing, and Machar and his team came to Juba, it's like there was like a big fallout between Riek and his political team versus the fighting forces in the front line. Because after he came, it was the political team that came, but the army was
left
still in the trenches. And then when he came to the city, to Juba, the way he nominated the leaders or the position that he was given angered a lot of people, angered a lot of his generals, and they weren't happy. So I don't think like all this generals were still loyal to him until like, I don't think they were still loyal to him. They were loyal to him, leading to
the Nasir
incident. So some of those generals may have acted from their own decisions. And so it's possible that didn't have anything to do with what Machar wanted, because you cannot, okay, even though this guy has done it before, where he's politically in talks with people, but militarily is fighting. He has done it, even with Sudan. When we were fighting for liberation, he has done it. It was politically was aligned with Sudan, but militarily he was fighting Sudan when he was based in Nasser, right? Yeah, so it's not a stretch to think that you could have these double deals, but he fell out with a lot of big part of his army, and it's possible those armies were just operating on their own. Yeah. So again, it will have to come to the presentation of the evidence against him.
So that's that one. But again, there was the thing that the argument from the Riek Machar defense team that the special court that was set up by the Chief Justice, they say that this court has no capacity to try Riek Machar, and Riek Machar can only be tried by the hybrid court. That's the only court that they say, this is the only court that can do that.
Okay, the hybrid court.
Hybrid court can only
was supposed to be constituted by
the African Union.
Okay.
And has not been constituted as of now.
Okay.
But they say that's the court that we recognize. If it is set up, we can take Machar there. And then also they added something in there saying that Riek Machar as a vice president has immunity against any trial while still in office. So those were the submissions that were made over the last 3 days.
Those were the arguments.
Those were the arguments that came from his team. So on Monday, when the judges are going to resume, do you think they will proceed with the case, having seen some of the submissions that his team made, especially for the court?
Okay. Obviously, I do not know what
hybrid court is.
What hybrid court is, or whether it's legitimate. But before this case proceeds, the court has to be able to clearly show or legally show why they are the right court that can handle this case.
Yeah.
Or else, I don't think the case should even proceed if the court itself is not, the legitimacy of the court is not yet accepted by either of the teams. So the first thing that the court should do before it even starts the next round of talk or whatever is for them to prove themselves to be the legitimate court that can handle this. As far as saying that Riek is immune to trial because of his position or whatever, I don't agree with this kind of rules if they exist, this kind of laws if they exist, because what are you saying? That if you're in power, you can do whatever you want and no one should hold you accountable? No court on the land can hold you accountable. That means you can. No wonder the country is the way it is. It's like there's people that are above the law that cannot be touched. They can do whatever they want. They can loot the resources. They can cause fights, and then legally they cannot be held accountable. Okay, so I don't agree. If this law is there, then I think it's the most stupid law that anybody has ever written. Yeah. I think that's the same argument Trump was given when he was going through his political
turmoil
issues in the U.S. I mean, that's stupid. If your duties, if in the process of doing your duties, you commit a crime, he should be held accountable. Or else, I mean, that then it should apply to anybody.
Yeah.
If I'm a truck driver and I'm delivering food to the U.S. and I cause an accident on the road, I should never be
held
prosecuted. Why? Because I was doing my legal duties. I mean, I don't think that.
Yeah. So, okay, let's start with legitimacy of the court. The way that I look at it this way: if, especially with the defendant's team, if the defense team actually don't believe in this court, even whatever that they're going to say, they're going to rule it as null and void. They don't actually trust it. So that means the case is not going to proceed anywhere. And if the case is not going to proceed anywhere, then we have to sit down and look what's the way forward. So let's say tomorrow, because they have already told this court that you people are illegitimate, we want another court. So whatever that this court is coming to say tomorrow, already they don't believe in it.
Yeah.
So if I were this court, what I will ask them tomorrow is ask them, what court do you want? They say they want hybrid. Okay, how do we constitute hybrid? Hybrid court supposed to be formed as 2018 peace agreement. Okay, are we going, because there were so many things that were supposed to be fulfilled as per the 2018 agreement, and those ones have not been done, most of them. So now we're going to pick on the hybrid court only because that's the court you people want and you want your guy to be tried, so that we form it right away, so that we can proceed with the case and leave other part of the 2018 peace agreement. If they say yes, we constitute the hybrid court, leave other part of the 2018 peace agreement. We want only this court so that we can handle one of the biggest thing in South Sudan right now. Then the government, I think, should accept and say, okay, you want only hybrid court? Let's go ahead, let's fulfill this. But again, they will come with another argument that when this hybrid court is being formed, the first vice president, because he's one of the core principles in the signing of the agreement, should be in consultation with the president. The president cannot do his own things at his end, right?
Yeah.
But then the president will say, but this guy is under house arrest. How do we let somebody that's arrested to come and perform some duties?
Yeah.
So it's going to create a lot of confusion there. And my final guess on what is going to happen is that South Sudan operate on orders. So somebody's just going to say, you guys have no option for now. The competent court that has been formed by the Chief Justice, this is what you people are going to go with, and you have no other option.
Again, it's all about, everything now is a decree. Everything. There's no like, I think, in my opinion, the only law that the only chapter of the Constitution that I always hear being quoted is like, by the powers. I don't know, bestowed on me.
Yes.
By the Constitution of the Republic, Transitional Constitution of the Republic of South Sudan.
Yes.
I, President Salva Kiir Mayadi, do blah, 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 blah. And then the thing is done. So what are the chances that he's not going to say, you know what? By the powers bestowed upon me by the Constitution, the Transitional Constitution of the Republic of South Sudan, I, Salva Kiir Mayadi, do hereby constitute this
hybrid court
to handle this case.
Yes.
What happens from there?
Yeah.
So it's like
this is where a lot of confusion is going to be.
So it's a mess, in my opinion. It's a mess. There got to be a system that, there got to be some kind of system that through which these different things can be handled. But if we only have like one person saying this is what needs to be done, then I mean, it's a
then they can always misuse it, right?
Because this is not the first case, this is not the first decree that the president will have made. If I'm sure Riek Machar has witnessed so many other decrees that the president has made, and he hasn't challenged them in any legal way. So if the president can do all these things, he can also constitute the court.
And the country of Salva Kiir is functioning of decrees. And even the other time they decree something that I felt like, you people, you have to look for something to decree. You remember there's There's a power in Juba called JETCO. The people that supply power in Juba.
Is it a private company or is it government?
It's a private-public partnership.
Okay.
So government have some shares in it, around 48%.
Okay.
So he issued an order for the tariff or for whatever that is charged to be reduced so that people pay less. And they announced it as a decree on a national television. I'm like, this is a minor issue. It will only affect a few people in Juba.
Yeah, majority of people don't even have electricity.
Yes, just write that piece of paper and take it to the department. You don't have to announce it on TV. Yeah. These are some, I'm like, man, come on, where is this country going? But again, like when we look at the immunity of any other person, let's say even the president and the vice president, in some countries around around South Sudan, the East African community, they always say constitution is above everybody and there's no one above the law. Okay. And in this case, the one that Machar is being tried for is a case that have led to the death of the people. Even if you have immunity, if somebody died because of you, there should be some limitation to that immunity. But if it is just this small thing, somebody want to sue you for land grabbing, and those are minor things. But when it comes to death of a person,
it's also such
there should be no immunity.
It's also such a blanket statement to make that the vice president is not supposed to be prosecuted. He's immune. Like, does it mean you can just hang your wife and then
and nobody comes
after you because you are the vice president of the country? I mean, it has to be, there got to be some kind of like, they're supposed to be specific while discharging your legal duties. Maybe, if you can say that. Yeah, because, and then there will be a gray area where you can, maybe you can wiggle and try to find, do things that are not necessarily, but you can still argue them to be a legal, be part of the description of your job. But to have like this blanket statement or like, as the vice president, you're immune from any kind of prosecution.
Yeah.
I mean, it's stupid.
Yeah. It's crazy, but let's see what the court will say tomorrow. But again, there was this thing that the case of Machar has been ongoing for the 3 days that had passed, and then again they will resume tomorrow. But in the process, the SPLM-IO, which is the military wing for Machar army, for Machar government or Machar party, plus the Thomas Shirilo faction, they joined hand together at one point, and they are now fighting as one group. What they did, they have been fighting the government, which is the SSPDF. They overran a certain national security office in Capoeira. There have been other fights that have been ongoing. There's one that happened in Burbe. People were giving crazy numbers of people that had died from their injuries. And then there have been other fighting in Western Equatoria. Now, looking at it logically, if your leader, your actual leader, is in detentions in the hands of the people that you are fighting, and we apply the common sense, will it be a smart move to keep fighting the same people that are holding your leader in detention? Or how do you see it? Is it a smart move or this is some reckless move?
There's something that they're sure of. The government is not going to come out one day and say, you know what, we're going to execute Riek Machar, because that breaks the entire country. A lot of laws, international law and the human rights law. So they know that there's nothing that's going to happen to him as far as his life being in danger. It's never going to happen. And again, I think attacking government positions is maybe a way of like maybe putting pressure on the government so that whatever that the government had planned with this whole court process, at least they would think twice before they can. Let's assume that in the worst case scenario that the court system is rigged against Machar, and then the verdict, the predetermined verdict was to give like throw the book on this guy, find him guilty, and throw the book on him. Let's say the charges of treason probably should carry death penalty. Yeah? Let's say if the predetermined verdict was for this guy to be found guilty and executed, maybe the government would think twice and say, you know what, if you do this, some bad things are going to happen.
Yes.
It's not going to stop the war from continuing. You can kill him, but he's only one man. The entire army is still in the bush, and we can continue to fight. And this is going to jeopardize the whole peace process, because now you've killed your bargaining chip. You've killed the negotiator. So who you going to negotiate with? So again, I'm looking at it on the other side. Okay, well, from the government's perspective. You know, after they arrested Riek, you know what the government has been doing all this time? They have never declared war against the SPLM-IO. Even when they attack, they would report we were acting in self-defense. They would just go and bring helicopters and they would bomb the hell out of these guys, but they were mobilizing and they were attacking us.
Yes.
You know, the reason is because that's like a propaganda war. They tell whoever the guarantors of peace that, you know what, we're not the bad guys. These are the bad guys. And now, the SPLM-IO in the bush now has declared war against the government. They say it. Even Thomas Cirillo says it. Even so it's like now they've lost the messaging war. The SPLM-IO has lost the messaging war. Even though the government would mobilize their troops and they would attack these their positions, and then the report would be they were mobilizing to attack us, or they came at us and then we chased them and then we overran their barracks and then we scattered them. So it's like, yeah, you know, it's a messy situation.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, I'll look at it this way. I would say it's not a smart move. What do you do? Like when somebody is kidnapped, you cooperate with the kidnappers. When they say bring 1 million and don't come with the police, you bring 1 million and you don't inform the police.
No, those are like, okay, no. That would be in a situation where you know that the person is in danger. But these guys, you know, they will not do anything. That's why the government is trying to use all these legal avenues, even though we might not have very big trust in the
court process,
independence of this court. Yeah. So even though everybody, at least we will say, you know what, he had a legal trial and he was found guilty by a court of justice. Yeah. So it's a court of law. Yeah. So
So for me, I would say, like, if I were them, I would stop everything. Wait for the case until when to stop. If they were fighting before the case itself started, then that one is okay. Is to tell the government, you start the whole thing right now. But when we see that the court process have already started, we are supposed to hold on and wait for the final verdict, or if the case itself will continue. And from there now, it can determine two things. Either we are going to fight forever, or our guy will be released, and then we try to see the way that to work with the government. But again, the whole thing itself, this South Sudan peace and all the fighting and all these things, I feel like they were all mishandled when the 2018 peace agreement was signed. These people sign and say, when you go back, you guys are going to form a national unity, unified forces. That's what they said. In my opinion, what they should have done is, let's say, if for the protection of Machar, they should have given him maybe some UNIMIS protection unit to come and take care of him, and say the whole government, the government forces and your government, everybody has to be recruited afresh, or they have to look for a way of starting a new army. But the thing of saying, we're going to move a few of you, and a few of you, we unify you, the enmity that was already created when these people were fighting is not going to disappear in one day.
Okay, listen. For the way I see it, yeah. You know, after the war broke out, there is very big mobilization among Nuer youth. Majority of them were just civilians. They just had guns to protect their cows. They were not affiliated with any government, army or anything. They were just private citizens. And then the war broke out, and then it quickly became like Jang versus Nuer.
Yeah.
So any Nuer that was just like doing his thing found himself part of
this side.
Yeah, part of Machar. Machar's faction. And now, after the peace agreement was signed, there's like almost 50% of the forces that came. I don't know the numbers, but I would assume more than that. Majority of the army that Machar was commanding at the time of the signing of the peace were not soldiers. They were just civilians.
Yeah.
Now, how do you integrate these civilians? One, they're not trained. They do not understand the
military protocol and such kind of things.
And then you are now bringing in a lot of people that are not loyal to the government. The government is not going to accept. They're going to be under a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because now this guy has a lot of forces that they can try to find ways to, like, okay, you guys were not part of the army before the breakup.
Yeah.
Now you want to be part of the army? No. The part of the disagreement was like the government was arguing that whoever that wasn't a soldier before the fight should go back
to their life. Yes. Their previous life.
But then the opposition was like, no, these are our soldiers. Again, when the fighting broke out, even just a private, when they went to the bushes, even just a private would just be promoted to the rank of colonel or major general or all this, and then they came with all these officers that are not in the government.
Yes.
So now, how do you integrate these officers? It's hard to okay, now you're bringing them.
Yeah.
Now that means the budget has to be under the government.
Yes.
And all these, logistical issues. So it's...
this is where the big problem
Yeah, now if you bring all these civilians that all of a sudden found themselves with the rank of colonel and major and all this stuff.
Major general and lieutenant.
Yeah, so they are going to dominate the rank, the military rank. And so there was a lot of disagreement, and then the government said, okay, people should go back to training camps. All these soldiers should go back to training camps. And then you have like all those training camps throughout South Sudan, where majority of all these civilians went there for training. But now the government, there was no written agreement about the budget of these soldiers. So while I watched two women and just they left. Then some just left and went to their homes, and so it's a big mess. It's like a
that's where the big mess was. That initial stage. That's where the mess, the whole thing.
So reintegration of the armies, became a problem.
And that's why people are still fighting now. And I don't know the best way. Like the other time, I was thinking maybe right now South Sudan is not fighting any external enemy. So we say let it remain with the police, because the police seem to be the one that were not affected a lot. There's nowhere that I've seen people saying from SPLM-IO saying that they want to be police. All of them want to be army. Let's say we get rid of the army. We start with police. Everybody else, yes, you have rise through the rank, but to fix this country, go home, everybody. And then we start
I think we have, we're lucky.
But there are some countries with no army, right? Lucky. Like Costa Rica. They don't have an army. A lot of countries with no,
it's like, I think that's not possible for us. Sudan, we are lucky now because Sudan, all these turmoils that we're going through is because the last 2 years.
Yeah.
We're lucky because Sudan now
have its own issues.
Yeah, they have its own issues. They can't afford to support any rebels or. So now we can handle this easily.
We square it out.
Yeah, we can handle this easily. No, there's not going to be a lot of supplies from Sudan for whoever wants to rebel. So we're lucky now, but that's why sometimes people think I'm evil to think that the war in Sudan we should look at it not with happiness, but it is what it is. It's given us. It should give us like an opportunity to put our shit together. Because when they finish their war and the peace comes back, they will go back to the same sabotage.
Yes, that used to happen.
Maneuvers that they've been doing to us, where they would, sponsor our terrorists and all this stuff. So.
Yeah, it comes from the point of you remember like let's take for example the way that people came, the SPLM-IO and the SPLM themselves, when they came together, they don't have that trust from each other, right? So when we go back to Sudan, when they were north and we were south, when we left, when we got separated, they were not happy that we left. And if there's a way that they can disturb you, they will look for a way. And that's the same thing that is happening right now, that this other faction, if there's a way that they can disturb this other side of the government, they will do it anytime. But now with Sudan having their own issues to deal with, that arms supply has actually reduced because they need ammunition for their own fight, not to go and support other people that are dealing with their own shit. But the other thing that I was going to ask you is that among the 8 people that are being tried or they're having case ongoing right now, one of them is a generator operator at the residence of Machar. He's being charged for okay, they did not specify him what is being charged for, but all the people are being charged for murder, treason, financing of terrorism, and such kind of things. My question to you is, do you think it is possible for a generator operator to have played any role in the incident?
You know what I would have asked the prosecution is like okay, Wapi janitor, where is the watchman? Because if you're arresting everybody, if you can arrest the generator guy, why not arrest everybody else? But I think maybe I hope they have a proper reason why it's being dragged into this. Again, maybe while they were surveying, keeping the eye on Machar, maybe they noticed that this guy was maybe involved in, taking information from
one point to another
because
point.
Machar was aware that he's being surveyed. So it's possible that he was using this generator guy to send messages to his loyalists within Juba. And those loyalists maybe called the people on the front line. I hope the prosecutor is able to tie the
generator
case to the generator guy in a proper way. Otherwise, it will just be like a witch hunt, where you just everybody that was close to this guy, Tweneni, prison. That's a witch hunt. You're just trying to build a case against everybody else. But it's possible that this guy was some kind of accessory to the feeding information between Machar and his loyalists within the country.
So what I would say is, when I look at the whole thing, the generator guy, what comes to my mind like this, this generator guy, and the way that he introduced himself, he seemed to be somebody that does not have the mastery of either of Arabic or English. He's fluent in Nuer. That's what he knows. So this means it's not somebody that's doing some camouflage of hiding as a generator operator.
You need to understand, the literacy level in South Sudan is very low, and the people that are holding major generals and all this, they can barely speak Arabic or English. So you can't make This guy probably was some kind of intelligence guy. You know?
But the guy is small too. He's a 27-year-old.
Yeah.
I'm older than him.
Yeah.
So a small guy like that, in terms of occupation and the age, can they really be running into these big things?
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, this somebody who told me that he was a spy for the SPLM.
Yeah, so for the generator guy, we just have to wait for the prosecution team to actually produce the evidence that link him to the real situation. Other than that, we're just going to make our guesses. But I feel like the generator guy should just be... Okay, I'm not supposed to call for that, but I feel like this guy is not a threat to South Sudan.
Nah.
They should just let him go.
Because, like, it's possible the government knew that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe it's possible that Machar and his team knew that if they were to pass information, there's never going to be a way that they would do that without being intercepted by the government. So they probably used the least expected individual or sources. Yeah. So it's possible that he was involved in one way or another.
Okay. All right. So that's it for Jimosi Podcast. Please consider subscribing, share, like, and leave your comment. See you in the next video.